Jedi.
24! The modern anti-hero can trace its roots back to the films of the 70s, and these two were the original forefathers. Detective Harry Callahan, the original loose cannon cop known as Dirty Harry, and Travis Bickle, the vigilante taxi driver. For this matchup, we'll be examining these characters as they appear in the respective sources of media. For Dirty Harry, we will be examining him as he appears in, well, Dirty Harry. Though I will also be using his feats from other films, so Magnum Force, The Enforcer, Sudden Impact, and The Deadpool will all be taken into consideration. For Travis Bickle, we will be examining him as he appears in Taxi Driver. I will be examining each character's physicality, combat skills, arsenal, and intelligence. I will then pit them against each other in a theoretical battle. So without further ado, let's begin!
Round 1.
Physical capabilities. As a member of the Los Angeles Police Department, Harry Callahan is in top physical condition. He's strong enough to kill a man with a few chops to his neck, agile enough to scale over obstacles, and jump on top of a moving bus. He's tough enough to endure a brutal beating, fell off a school bus's roof onto a gravel pile, getting up not even a few seconds later, and took a shotgun blast to the leg, not even noticing the birdshot in his leg until the shootout was over. And even then, walked normally like nothing even ever happened. He is also an expert marksman, being able to shoot people while they're in moving vehicles, wound a robber while he's being shot simultaneously, and he's accurate enough to shoot a man from across a football field. Harry Callahan is a pretty exceptional police inspector. Despite his thin build, Travis Bickle is surprisingly tough. His personal training regimen includes the following.
From now on, it'll be 50 push-ups each morning, 50 pull-ups.
He has a high tolerance for pain. This is seen when he put his arm over a lit stovetop, got shot in the neck and the shoulder, but still kept on fighting until he passed out from blood loss. Despite appearances, Travis Bickle is one tough taxi driver. Both characters have a high tolerance for pain, though Harry is shown to be stronger, more agile, and a better marksman. Point goes to Dirty Harry.
Round 2.
Fighting skills. As a police officer, Harry is an experienced hand-to-hand fighter, being able to fight off multiple thugs, whether they're unarmed or armed with weapons. He was even able to fight a rogue police officer in hand-to-hand combat, managing to easily overpower him and eventually kill him with just a few neck chops. Dirty Harry is a brawler to be reckoned with. As a veteran of the Vietnam War, Travis Bickle was trained in combat. However, he has displayed little to no close quarters feats, relying more on his weapons than hand-to-hand skills. And the only time he got into a grapple, he was heavily wounded at the time and had to rely on his arsenal to gain the upper hand. Travis Bickle is a trained and capable combatant. There's really no contest. Both characters can fight, but Harry has shown more brawling experience and actual feats, while Travis is a gun guy through and through. Point goes to Dirty Harry.
Round 3.
Weapons and armor. Like any police detective, Harry Callahan carries a sidearm, the one that's suited to his style, along with some weapons you would never expect a police officer to carry. His main weapon of choice is his iconic Smith & Wesson Model 29 44 Magnum revolver, which at the time was considered to be the most powerful handgun ever made. It carries 6 shots in total, using light special 44 ammo for better accuracy and control of the large gun. He also has a 13-inch Italian stiletto switchblade knife, which he has scotch taped to his shoe, using it as a last resort when in a bind. Dirty Harry's arsenal is based on 2 things: overkill over no kill, and using any means necessary to take the bad guy down. After visiting a gun salesman, Travis Bickle bought his chosen arsenal, with a few hidden surprises. He carries a Smith & Wesson Model 29 44 Magnum revolver, a Smith & Wesson Model 36 snub-nosed revolver, and a Smith & Wesson Escort semi-automatic handgun. The revolvers are kept on their own separate underarm holsters, while the handgun is housed in a homemade retractable sleeve device, which he can retract into his hand for quick surprise attacks. Each bullet has an X shape carved into them to fragment for more damage to his opponent's body. He also has a combat knife, which he has sheathed and duct taped to his left boot, using it as a last resort whenever he finds himself in a desperate situation. On the streets of New York, Travis Bickle could be considered a one-man army. Both characters have similar arsenals, even down to them having a 44 Magnum and a knife hidden on their foot. Though Travis has more options in terms of firepower and more hidden weapons on his person than Harry does, giving him a much more versatile arsenal. Point goes to Travis Bickle.
Round 4.
Intellect. As a police detective, Harry is an experienced investigator. He solved the Scorpio killer case, used ballistics to locate the identity of rogue police officers, found out the location of a terrorist group, found a vigilante shooter, and tracked down an obsessive serial killer. In combat, he prefers to draw and shoot his gun faster than the other guy, using one shot to take them down. He will also use anything around him as cover in a shootout, also applying this for stealth purposes when in close quarters combat, even using a conveyor belt to catch up to a shooter. He is willing to use any means, even dirty tactics, to take down criminals. This includes using a switchblade, an RPG, a car bomb, and even a harpoon gun. There's a good reason why Inspector Callahan is known as Dirty Harry. As a former soldier and taxi driver, Travis Bickle is experienced with gathering intel and planning out his actions. He planned an assassination and used a previous visit to Iris in order to rescue her from her pimp. He is also a creative improviser, using a drawer slide to create the retractable device for his handgun, and used duct tape to hold his combat knife to his boot. In combat, he starts out with getting the drop on his opponent, trying to end the conflict with one shot. But if it doesn't end there, he just goes in guns blazing, and uses his hidden weapons when backed into a corner. However, he's an isolated insomniac, and as such, his mental stability is not really all there, recklessly putting himself into situations he might not be fully prepared for, such as when he failed his assassination attempt or his rescue of Iris from her brothel. Travis Bickle is a keen planner, but an unstable mind. Both characters are intelligent in their own respects, but Harry is an experienced police inspector and is far more mentally stable. Also, Harry has been known to go up against people like Travis and always outsmarted them. Point goes to Dirty Harry. And now, the verdict. While this may appear one-sided at first, I can assure you that this will be a tough, brutal, and bloody conflict for both characters. Let's set up this fight. Let's say it takes place in the streets of New York City. Let the battle begin. Inspector Callahan gets a report of an assassination attempt on a senator in New York City. He is assigned to track down the suspect, who witnesses have described as wearing a military jacket, sunglasses, and a black mohawk. He does some investigation with the locals on his whereabouts, eventually tracking his location near a shady building. He sees Travis Bickle walking on the sidewalk, matching the description. Harry draws his 44 Magnum, yelling, "Halt!" Travis turns around to Harry, drawing his own 44 Magnum. Both men take a shot at each other, with Travis getting hit in the arm, forcing him to drop his gun. Travis draws his Model 38 revolver, shooting at Harry, who takes cover behind his car. Travis uses this opportunity to run into an abandoned tenant building, with Harry giving chase. Travis goes up the stairs while exchanging shots with Harry. Eventually, Travis hides behind a corner, and when Harry gets closer, Travis aims his gun at Harry, who quickly turns in Travis's direction. Both men shoot at each other at the same time, with Harry getting hit in the shoulder and Travis getting grazed on the neck, forcing both men to drop their guns. Harry takes the opportunity to kick Travis back and punch him a few times before Travis falls to the ground. Harry then begins to chop his hand at Travis's neck, though Travis is able to pull out his combat knife from his boot and stab Harry through the hand. Travis uses the moment to crawl to Harry's gun, though Harry grabs onto him, slowing him down. Harry takes out his switchblade knife from his shoe and stabs Travis in the thigh, momentarily stopping him. Harry takes the opportunity to slug Travis and throw him against a wall. Harry picks up his fallen gun and approaches Travis, who is slumped against a wall. Travis retracts his sleeve gun when...
I know what you're thinking, punk. You're thinking, did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Now, to tell you the truth, I forgot myself in all this excitement. But being this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and will blow your head clean off, you gotta ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Without hesitation, Travis quickly aims his sleeve gun at Harry. Both men shoot, with Callahan getting a shot in the side of his abdomen and Travis in his chest, who slumps down dead from the fatal shot. Harry looks at his wound and remarks,
Man's got to know his limitations.
I declare Detective Harry Callahan, Dirty Harry, the original loose cannon cop, the winner. Of course, this is all my opinion. What do you guys think? Who do you think would win this fight? For what reasons? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe to my channel. I'll catch you guys next time.